Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl, Sherelle. I'm the host of Let's Talk the Show, and this ain't a podcast. I want to thank y'all for joining me this Tuesday like y'all do every Tuesday. I got a great show in store for you. But before I go into
go get your charger real quick.
Lower right corner and share this live with 3 friends you think will love the conversation. Y'all, we are talking about everything back to school today. Getting these little children back, and we're going to chop it up. We're going to be talking about routines, things you need to know, safety things you should know, as well as shopping. But before I get into all that, y'all know I got to give y'all something I'm grateful for. And I got to share this live. So make sure you share this live with 3 friends y'all think will love it. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and share this really quickly, y'all. I want to go ahead and share it. See y'all coming in. While y'all waiting, make sure y'all drop something in the comment section that you're grateful for. I'm going to go ahead and give mine in 1 second. Okay, perfect. All right, so I will say that today I am grateful. I will say that I am grateful. What am I grateful for today? I think that today I would say that I am grateful for another day to do it. Actually, I'm just kind of grateful to have to be in my right mind. I will say that. I will say that today I'm grateful for having a right mind. I can't tell if my eyes are crooked, if everything else is crooked. I don't know. Okay? Y'all see my eye? My eye is red. I don't know if I was playing with my son, y'all, and if he smacked me in my face, because he did, but I don't know if that resulted in my eye, but whatever. Someone says, I'm grateful for new beginnings and another opportunity to be a better me. Absolutely. That is always a great thing to be grateful. Great thing to be grateful. That's always great to be grateful for. Okay, so check out my attire today, y'all. I'm coming baseball cap, curly pony. I'm giving full mom vibes, okay? Because it's back to school, and we're going to talk about all things children, routines, shopping, safety, all those things. But kicking it off, I'm going to actually start with the number one thing, which is safety. As we head back to school, I know that as parents, we are super eager to post what grade our baby's in, who teachers they got, where they going. But we also want to keep in mind that there are predators on the internet, and it is not a safe space regardless of how hard we work to make it one. It's not. And there are people that sit on the internet, that are people that prey on children, that don't like you, that wish you harm and wish you ill on your children. And we do not want to give these people any reason, any type of information that could potentially lead them to our children. So that means that we do not want to be giving out where our child is going. We want to be mindful of logos that may be on school tops or any names on book bags. Granted, most people usually say their kid's name, not a big deal. Let's be mindful when we're taking pictures. Let's take pictures in a McDonald's parking lot or something. Let's not take pictures where our children are going to school in front of our houses. We just do not want to give the internet and any of these potential predators any information to where to find us, or our families, or our children at that, or where we potentially hang out at, or any places that we frequent. So the number one thing when it comes to going back to school is safety. Making sure that we're not posting school names. We're not posting grades. We're not posting teachers. We've been mindful of logos. So if you got to blur something out or put a heart over some shit, so be it. Let's be mindful about what we're posting about our children when it comes to going back to school. We hear every year children are abducted on their way to school. They didn't get to school. They didn't make it home from school. And I'm not saying that it's our fault, but these are things that could potentially be preventable. Let's make sure that we're mindful of the information that we're putting out about our children and where they go to school. That goes for all year round, but specifically now. There's an increase in children in uniforms. Let's be mindful of that. Do not post where your child goes to school. Do not post their grade. Do not post any logos on that may be their school. Let's not do that. Let's just keep our children as safe as possible. I know you see it's going around now, those little boards. Let's make sure that when we're posting our children and their names or things on there, let's not include the teachers. Let's not include any identifiable information that can link a stranger or a predator to our child or where they go to school. We want to keep our children safe, and we want to have a healthy, happy, productive, safe school year, okay, as we head back to school. Now, while I'm talking to parents about children, let's also, as parents, make sure that we're doing better, okay? Let's make sure that when we're in the parking lots that we're driving appropriately, okay? Let's, on the way to school, hey, let's make sure that we are playing, oh, not even fuck the playing music. Let's make sure we're dressing appropriately. I know we had this whole debate about whether or not bonnets could be worn outside. When you get up to take your children to school, please dress appropriately. You should not be in no fucking house shoes. They're house shoes for a reason. Leave them bitches at the house. You don't need to be in some pajamas. If you gotta throw on some leggings and an oversized jacket, smack a hat on it, you see the vibes I'm coming with today. Okay, a little pony in the back, do it. Do it. But let's remember that we are representation of our children, and we do not want to give anybody else badass kids a reason to try to bully our children. Because you will come to school looking like the $2 hoe you was on Sunday, on Monday, and not somebody at school teasing your kid. That's why your mama dressed like. That's why your mama. Let's try to represent our children well as well, okay? Because we are also a representation of them. Let's make sure we're dressing appropriate, ladies. Let's make sure, parents. This is a big one, okay? I'm late every motherfucking where for real, but I was very rarely late taking my kid to school. I was late picking his ass up, but taking them, not really. Let's make sure we're getting our kids to school on time. I understand that there are some things that are out of our control. Let's make sure that we're getting up in appropriate time, okay? If your kid got to be at school at 8 o'clock, there's no fucking reason that you should be getting up at 7:30 when you stay 15 minutes away. It's not plausible. It makes for a stressful day. It makes for a stressful morning. The morning's the most important time, okay? Let's make sure your kid got to be at school at 8 o'clock. You stay 15 minutes away, okay? Let's make sure y'all up like 6:45-ish, 6:30, okay? Give them time to get up, get their minds going. Let's try to make sure that we are also, as parents, making the time in a room and space to have good mornings. We should not be cussing our kids out in the morning before school, okay? We should be having good vibes in the morning. Let's get their day started on the right foot, okay? I'm just saying, as a kid that got cussed out in the morning, when my mama fucked up my morning, I went to school like a bitch, okay? I had an attitude, all right? Okay, snapping and crackling and popping on everybody. Because my mama cussed me out this morning for some stupid shit. It was 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. She yelling and fussing. And I went to school like, fuck all y'all bitches. Like, it was bad, okay? I'm just a kid that did it, so I understand how it goes, okay? So let's just be mindful of our attitudes, the way we talking to our children in the morning, and let's put them on the right foot, okay? You do not want to be cussed out in the morning. It just puts you in a bad mood. Let's have that same awareness, that same mindset for our children in the morning. Let's get up in time. Let's have a slow, smooth morning. Every morning is not going to be perfect. I get it. But you know your son take forever to get the fuck up. Wake his ass up earlier. Put his favorite song on. Get the clothes out at nighttime. Do something to make the morning more smoother, because you getting up yelling and cussing and fussing is not doing it. Your blood pressure raised. Now he having a bad day. He get to school. Now he pissing the teacher off, the kids, man. It just don't work. Way that we're talking to our children in the morning, because it sets the tone for the day, okay? Let's be mindful how we're talking to ourselves in the morning. Let's be mindful of the things that we did the night before, all right? Let me get to some of these comments because I want to forget. It said, hey, I'm so tired of these disrespectful kids. I am children. These kids are disrespectful as fuck. They wild. They wild as fuck. But luckily, I'm the same height as them. So we can take it there, okay? We can take it there. 6 or 16, we can take it there. All right. These kids are disrespectful as fuck. And you know, I ain't saying we was the most respectful. We might not have been as disrespectful, but at the end of the day, these motherfuckers learn from somebody, okay? It's the same thing with us. We didn't come out how we was without no fucking blueprint to it. Somebody else before us did this shit and we just took it an inch up. We did the shit before these kids and they just took it a couple inches up. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So let me tell y'all something else. I see a lot. I'm going to keep going down my safety list and parents and who all needs to be held accountable. Let me say this. Do not do that fake ass, we don't need to be teasing kids because they're autistic or they don't have the clothes that we have or they're less fortunate. All your children see you do 24/7, 365 is smoke weed, puff that weak ass vape, and talk shit about people. Do not think that one motherfucking conversation that you have with your child is going to change their complete outlook on other people. You need to be exhibiting the behavior that you want your child to exhibit. That's it. Do not have that one kid. Don't be going in here talking about nobody. They see you talk about everybody on the phone and they mama all day long. And you think little badass, little KK gonna get her ass in that motherfucking classroom and not be talking about people? No. No, she's about to hold them niggas. She's about to be rude and nasty because you ain't taught her nothing else. Let's stop acting like we're only responsible for our children when they're on their best behavior and not responsible for them when they acting like little demons. Let's be fucking for real. Because if you're responsible for the good, you are also responsible for the bad. That's the real motherfucking tea. That's the fucking gag. Oh, he's so well behaved. He is so smart. Okay, that might be partly because of you, but he's so motherfucking bad. And that's also partly because of you. That's the real fucking tea. So let's get it to fucking together. Also, because I don't want to harp too much on y'all shitty ass parenting behavior. But let's keep it going though. I also want to urge parents. I know as a single parent, I've just recently started to realize how many things I have to teach my son. And I'm so forgetful. Like, it's so random, but teaching him how to tie his shoes. Granted, you would think that he should know, but a lot of the motherfuckers are slip-ons. So it really never really crosses my mind to teach him how to tie his shoes because he just slipped them bitches on. And so recently, within the last month, I was like, oh my God, I gotta teach him how to tie his shoes. Things like tying their shoes, zipping their coats up, okay? Zipping coats up, tying shoes, opening juice boxes, things like that, buttoning jeans. Specifically jeans. There's nothing to pull up sweatpants. Jeans can be a little bit difficult, which is something that I've learned with my son. I don't know if he does it at school or if his teachers helped him with it, but I've learned it. That's something that he has a hard time with. He's not quite as strong to snap it, and jeans can be kind of hard. So let's make sure those little small skills that we just take for granted or think we just woke up one day and knew how. Let's make sure that we're teaching our kids that. Putting on their jackets, zipping their jackets up, putting their gloves on the right hand, putting, buttoning their pants, specifically jeans, because jogger pants never had zippers. Be for real, right? Tying their shoes, learning how to properly use scissors and hold a pencil. These are all things that as parents, we can teach our children over the weekend. I know it sounds like, no, you can't. Yes, the fuck you can. If your child is under the age of 5, all you need is a good 5-step process. You can teach them anything. Taught my son how to put a jacket on. 60 seconds top. Okay, he ain't never fucking forgot. Learn how to hold a pencil. Might have took him a week because we wasn't that consistent. There are so many little small skills that we need to be teaching our children, especially our small children on the way as they're heading back to school. Let's make sure we're mindful of those. Opening and closing the doors. I think the post is saying making sure they're closing the door when they're using the bathroom. It may be open at home, but let's make sure that we're teaching them really good safety habits and hygiene habits, as well as those little, I guess you call them motor skills, at home, so that when they go to school, they take these good, healthy behaviors with them. So let's keep that in mind. Now, we're also going to move forward with things to know. This is one of the things I want people to know. Let's be mindful of how we're putting our kids in the car. Seatbelts, booster seats. Let's get them, okay? You dressed him up in that Versace and shit for his birthday. He needs a fucking car seat. Put your children in a fucking car seat, a booster seat. You don't know which one to get them? Google it. Okay, go in the store, ask a representative, ask a sales associate. Let's make sure that we want our children to get from A to B safely. They should be in a car with a booster seat. They should be in a car strapped in, however way appropriately. Parents, please, let's make sure that we're taking safety as serious as it is. Let's make sure we get them safely from A to B. This is another thing. Learning does not stop when they leave school. Learning should be a continuous process. It should be you and her teacher working together to make sure that your child is on course or ahead of the course. Okay? So whatever type of verbiage that you hear your child's teachers saying at school to get them to focus or get them to be more engaged or get them to open up are some of the things you should be doing at home. And I know you may say, can nobody tell me how to parent? It's not about telling you how to parent. It's really about using teachers that are professionals that know what the fuck they're doing, who have taken the classes and have the credentials to say, hey, I can do this. Partner with them. You might see a better result with your child as far as their behavior and as far as their engagement around the house throughout the school year. One thing I will say that I know has helped, my son is 4, so he's not that old, so these things are really effective. Using a timer. They use timers at school to help kids transition. Kids hate change. As soon as you take something away, turn something, they flip the fuck out. They all do. I know, but one thing that helps with that is timers. Hey, Reem, we got 5 more minutes of playing, then we're going to transition to this. It works like a fucking charm. I can get him to leave people's house without flipping out. I can get him to turn the TV off, stop playing the games. It works like a charm. Start using that. Another thing when it comes to helping my son explore eating more meals and trying different things is called no thank you bites. These are something that I actually asked his teacher about. How do y'all get him to eat carrots? That nigga wasn't eating carrots in my house. He wasn't touching carrots. But guess what they said? They said we do no thank you bites. 2 no thank you bites. 2 small or maybe a large bite of something that you normally don't eat or something you don't like works the charm. You can say you don't like it, but you at least have to try it. And if you do enough no thank you bites, you might develop an appetite for it. That's something that his teacher told me about. So guess what? We do it at home. So when he's trying something they don't like, we doing no thank you bites. You ain't gotta love it. You ain't even gotta eat all of it. But if you do 2 no thank you bites, then we've accomplished the goal, which is to try new things and open ourselves up before we shut down with it. Okay? Work with the teachers. What they teaching in school? What can you teach him? What is he learning in school? Kareem was working on reading comprehension and learning how to read. I took what his teacher gave me, found it online, added it up. We worked on it throughout the summer. We've been working through a workbook the whole summer, doing sight cards the whole summer. Work with your child's teacher this school year to see how you can improve their engagement and their involvement not only at school, but their behavior at home as well. These works numbers. It's not enough to just send our kids to school and think that house and school are separated. No, they are both huge influences in all of our children's lives, no matter what the age group is. And if you can try to make it a learning process all around and not just at school, then I promise you, you're going to build a community of people that care for your children and people that are safe spaces for your child where they can go for anything. That's the biggest part, is that we always need to circle back to making a community for our children. They are the future and we will need them, and we should do everything that we can to make sure that they're safe, that they're healthy, and that they're happy. We can do this by building a community. Speak with your kids' teachers. Get on a first name basis. Find out what's going on. A lot of times teachers know way more fucking shit that's going on than parents. And that's because we separate the two. But you get that bond back and you build that community by going in, hey, how he doing? What do you like in your class? Oh, okay. You see something, you think it's something I need to talk to him about? Get that bond. Build that bond with the people that are seeing your child for 8 hours a day, 5 fucking days a week. Talk to the dean of students. Talk to the coaches. Get on some good relationships. Build some good relationships with the people that see your child more often than you do, more than likely. That's something that I really recommend for all parents across all age groups. Ooh, I couldn't talk. Okay, next thing is shopping. A lot of people are kind of finishing up their shopping. A lot of people like me may just begun. Some other people may not have even started. But I will say this. There are great places like Old Navy, Carter's, The Children's Place, Walmart, one of my favorite, Target, top tier, okay? These are all great places who have amazing back to school deals going on. I will also say that if you go on to certain apps like the Children's Place app, Carter's app, the Nike app offers bigger discounts when you shop directly through the app instead of the website. So if you are looking at the great deals, whether it's uniform, regular clothes, gym shoes, whatever it is, or any sports your children may be starting this school year, I recommend downloading the app, as they offer more discounts on the items that they have on that website just because you order through the app. The goal is to get you to order through the app. It makes it more convenient to keep track of things. Get on the app, download it, do all your kids shopping. Okay? I recommend that. I also recommend this for children who every kid needs their underwear, the socks, the underclothes, things like that. I always recommend going to places like Walmart or Marshalls or things like that to get them at a discount. You can buy them in bulk, you can spend less money, and you still get what you need. Okay? Nobody is against saving money. Ain't nobody around this bitch millionaires. Okay? But if you are, let me know, because you know I'll take it. You know, a couple dollars here and there. I see you guys enjoying it. Make sure you guys drop in the comment section something that you're grateful for. Okay, so I got a couple more things that I wanted to talk about. And I kind of actually already stuck to them or kind of hinted on them. We did safety. We covered the shopping. We did a couple things to know. One of the biggest things for me, actually hinted on this earlier, is the routine when it comes to the morning. I will say this again, as a child that got cussed out in the morning. Mornings and night times are big deals for me. Now, I am not perfect. I'm a very flawed person, and I don't always get it right. But I always make it a very big deal to make sure that when my kid is opening his eyes and closing his eyes, that I try to make them good experiences. If you've ever talked to me when it's time to get my son ready, you know we play a game damn near every night. No matter how much I tell him no, we play a game. We play a game getting up in the morning. We play music in the morning. And this is honestly because I understand that the last thing you hear before you close your eyes or go to sleep typically affects your sleep. The first thing you hear in the morning when you get up usually sets the tone for your day. Now, it doesn't always necessarily work like that. It could turn out better than how it started or ended, but a lot of times that's how it goes. So I'm urging all parents to find a routine. Find a routine, parents, and stick to it, okay? It's okay if you fall off and you don't stick to your routine every single day. The point of the routine and having something or a standard is so that if you do deviate from it, you can always go back to it and you know what to expect, Okay? You know you're going to get guaranteed results. It's also because children thrive better in places where there's consistency and stability. When they know this is what we're doing, it just makes it that much easier to get ready, to get things done. It reduces all of the confusion. It reduces all of the temper tantrums. I ain't saying it eliminates them. Hear me. Reduces them. Get your children on a routine. And this is another thing. As a parent, sometimes we feel it's so much easier to just do this shit ourselves because they too slow. You gotta ask too many damn times. They doing the wrong thing. And I get it because I have been like that before. Like, I'm just impatient. Let me do it because it's easier for me to do it. But children naturally want to help for no reason. Okay? And you'll find yourself in like a tug of war for authority where you always ask them out because you're too impatient or they doing it wrong or you ain't got the time. I really want to encourage all parents this school year, get your children involved in their routine. If it is picking their clothes out, running their bath water, brushing their teeth, make it some type of game, make it some type of fun in there, but get them involved into it. So if it's picking their clothes out, hey, let me know what you want to wear to school tomorrow. Let me see what you got. Make it a game. Make it something fun that they look forward to. Because if it's constantly you making decisions for them, there's always going to be a tug of war for authority, a tug of war for getting things done. Put them involved in their system. Make them responsible. Not 100% responsible, but make them responsible. Pick your clothes out. Oh, okay, cool. Make sure you gotta, it's your goal to set your alarm tonight to make sure you get up in time. I'll come behind you and check, but set your alarm. Let me see you set it. Okay, cool. Let me make sure when you get up in the morning, it's your job to pick the song we're gonna play in the morning. Or you know what? You gotta get up early enough because it's your job to help start breakfast in the morning so everybody can eat. Whatever it may be, whatever your routine is that you pick for your family, because it certainly varies per household and per family. But make sure that you get your children involved. You will see a great difference in your children's behavior. Even in chores around the house that you normally do. Hey, can you help or do you want to help? Just get them involved because they're more likely to want to contribute when they feel like their effort is valued. If I feel like you appreciate me doing this, I'm going to want to do more. If I feel like you want to include me and spend time with me and use this to bond me, I'm going to want to do more. I'm going to want to do this. I might branch out and tell you, oh, I really like this. Like maybe we started doing this, but I'm really good at this, or I really want to try doing this. And maybe that'll help us out in the morning. Maybe your teenager really wants to start driving this school year. So you know what you can do? You know what? It's your job to get up early in the morning and go warm the car up. That's your job. You want to start driving? Let me see how responsible you are. Just those types of things that involve our children creates a sense of community in our house. It makes our children feel more valued and it makes them more likely to want to help. And so I know a lot of black parents, I ain't doing all that shit, that ain't no community. I'm just saying, if you really want to see a difference in your child and you really want to see your children's behavior improve, you want to see their grades do better, you want to see them make more friends or get rid of bad habits, these are ways to do it by creating a sense of community everywhere they go, not just at home or at school or on their sports team. So that's really one of the biggest things I have for the morning. Also, last thing is parents, pack your patience. I understand you stressed. I understand you got to pay the bills. I understand XYZ going wrong. Kid ain't acting right. Your hair fucked up. The car fucked up. I get it. I'm with you. But none of that has anything to do with our children. And it is so important that we do not place our emotions. It's so important that we do not project our emotions onto our children. So let's make sure when we're getting up in the morning, no matter how rough it may be, that we're trying to keep a smile on our face. I see you laughing, Chelsea. Let's make sure that no matter how hard it is when we're getting up in the morning and get ready for school, that we're trying to pack our patience, okay? Let's make sure we're watching our tone, we're watching what we're saying. Because just like you just got up, your 12-year-old just got up. That motherfucker is still delusional. They're not even woke already. So all that yelling and cussing and fussing, now you pissing them off. Now they just probably about to make shit harder, because that's what I did. Well, if I got fussed at in the morning, I'm just about to piss you off, because now you pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if your child is that diabolical, because that was always my vibe. But if your kid ain't that diabolical or they just a little more smooth or whatever, nonetheless, let's make sure we're mindful of how we're talking to our children in the morning, because at the end of the day, we got to be accountable. Mindful of your tone. Mindful of how you're talking to them. Okay? I ain't saying this, honey, let's do it done. It could be, hey, I need you to get up and let's get focused. But it can also be when you get up, let me know if you need something. I can help you with this. Did you need me to do anything? Is there anything you forgot? Is there anyone let's just be mindful how we're talking to our kids, what we're saying to our kids. Let's make sure that we're including them as well in the morning. Pack your patience. Get your ass up on fucking time. Take your ass to bed and get off fucking TikTok. Okay? That's the problem. You spend it all night on TikTok and shit. You get up all cranky, you cussing your kids out and shit is your fucking fault. you're a shitty parent. You're being a shitty parent. It's a poor parenting decision right now. Let's make sure we're getting up on time. Let's make sure we're watching our moves, we're watching our mouths, and how we're talking to our kids in the morning, so that we can make sure when they get to school that they're not giving a teacher hell and they got to call you while you're at work. See how that works? We can all play a role, right? But that's really all I got for today. I really just want to talk about getting back to school, some couple of safety tips, some shopping things, and some good tips for routines. You guys, that's really all I have today. I thank y'all for tuning in. Thanks, Chelsea. I'm going to go out the same way I came in, which is something that I'm grateful for, which is honestly, I am just grateful. It sounds petty. I'm grateful for this hat, because if you are a girl that goes natural, you know that every day, oh my God, baby, is a new day. Okay, you just don't know what the fuck you gonna get. So I'm grateful for this hat, because child, I was looking lost and unloved, okay, with that natural hair. But I'm gonna get it right now. So that's all I really got for you guys. My name is Sherelle Carter, you guys. I'm the host of Let's Talk the Show, and this and a podcast. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.